Hey, good morning and good afternoon. Today we're working on a 2014 Dodge Charger with a clunk in the front end. This is pretty common on these Chargers, starting with all the late models all the way up to 14. I don't know if 15's any worse, probably just the same. And it turns out that the clunk is normally, what I found, is in the sway bar bushings, which you cannot tell just by looking at them, but if they have just a little play in the rubber bushing in the sway bar front, then that will give you the clunk. Let me show you what we got going. So I ordered new bushings from Energy Suspension through my local auto parts store, and on Amazon doesn't carry them, but I ordered the sway bar end links as well. I like the Moog. They seem to be professionally made, greasable. Left and right is different. The Energy Suspension sway bar end bushing, main bushings are in these police 6-cylinder cars, and the V8s are 28 millimeter in diameter, and they give you some silicone grease. Inside you can see that it is got some grooves to hold the grease. So the only way you can really tell for sure that that's the problem is disconnect the end links on the front sway bar and take her for a ride. If the noise goes away, then yeah, you got a problem somewhere in there. Now the links will make a little noise if they're worn, and you can replace them and it would help a little, but I find more noise comes from the actual bushing. So we're going to climb under the car here. So as you can see, something's moving around in the rubber bushing on the driver's side. The passenger's the same way. It's real easy to unbolt. You got a heat shield that comes off first, and then 2 bolts, and it's a clamshell setup. So I'm going to do the bushings first. They were only like $22 or something out the door. That was pretty cheap. I can't even get the camera on the right spot. There we go. And do that first, and then we'll see what happens. So I got the rubber bushing off, and as you can see, looks like some of the rubber is stuck on the metal. There was sand in there. It's kind of all galled up. I'm going to try to clean this up with some something. I may have to get a knife and some emery cloth, because steel wool won't cut it just now. Well, the other side's pretty bad too. I just might drop this off and hit it with a wire wheel on my grinder, because gosh, see sunlight on my, yeah, it's pretty, I can't get that stuff off. Got some of this off on the side I was working on, and with a knife, and not focusing. But yeah, it ain't coming off easy. That rubber's gold on there. The other side's bad too. Try to get more of that off. I got most of this one off so far. Next thing is uses molasses feeling sticky grease. That's silicone. You want to fill up your grooves in your bushings so that let me get some light on it. I still can't see, but feel free to be generous. And I was able to get just about all the galled up rubber depository. It's almost like somebody put something in there, but I don't think so. But it was really caked on. This is like my 3rd or 4th one, and this has been the worst one so far. Okay, when you're installing these bushings, there's 2 flat spots and 2 shell raised areas opposite each other. So what you want to do is the flat spots go at 12 and 6 o'clock. I put the open end of the bushing towards the rear at 3 o'clock. If it was a dry bushing, or if it was this similar bushing that would allow to put the opening at the bottom at 6 o'clock, would be better for dirt. But it's packed with grease, so I guess we're okay, and I had no choice but to put it in how it was designed. So again, the opening of the bushing goes to the rear. I got the Harbor Freight needle nose type vice grip and the air ratchet. Putting these end links back. I got some new ones, but I want to test this out with the old ones just to see if the noise went away for grins. Now you can actually put a wrench right here on this hex or socket, and then you would have a ratcheting box if you have, or a crescent, because it's like a pretty good size. I think it's 21. Let me look. Yep, she's a 21, so just a little faster, I guess. I don't know how we're doing it today. It's your heat shield for keep the heat off the bushing from the cat. I don't see a different. You can flip this over; it would bolt up the same way, best I could tell. 8mm, 2 screws, one on opposite corners, and she's complete. That's for the road test. I think I mentioned, I've been doing this over a couple days, that this is an energy suspension polyurethane bushing. I think I mentioned it was in the 20s, low 20s. You can order it from AutoZone, or have it online or delivered to your house. Either way, delivered to the store. Amazon didn't carry it as of today's date. If you're going to replace it, might as well get something better than the rubber. I mean, the rubber will probably last 40, 50,000, but if you keep cars as long as I do, I don't want to do it twice. So anyway, that concludes today's video. Again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope I earned that today, if I haven't already. And feel free to click on the bell for post notifications. And again, thanks for watching. God bless.